So one of the first steps that you need to complete with the GCC Mines Works is to get your qualification evaluated by an approved body. And the one approved body that most of us know of is from the Vaal University of Technology, and they're no longer doing qualification evaluation for the GCC Mines Works. We've tried very hard to get some response from the Department of Mineral Resources on what should EIT applicants need to do with the qualification evaluation issue. So as a solution, what we ended up doing was to say, okay, why don't we have guys doing their own self-evaluation? And once you've done your own self-evaluation, then you can attach your self-evaluation with your application to commence your engineer in training for the GCC Mines Works. So what you see on the screen right now is the self-evaluation letter that we have developed, which you can use to do your own self-evaluation. Because if there is no list of approved bodies to do the evaluation, and the only body that was known no longer does the evaluation, then it doesn't mean that you must just sit there and wait for a response from either the Department of Minerals or anybody else. So what we've done is we've taken the matter to our own hands, and this is the self-evaluation form that we have developed. So it's a very simple form. You can download it below. It's a Word document, and you will see it's basically a formal letter that you are basically writing to the Commission of Examiners for your application as an engineer in training. So first of all, right here in blue, you're just going to put your name, you're going to put your physical address. So make sure that the physical address that you put there is the address where if they need to respond to you by letter, then they are able to send the letter to that address. So you're going to date your letter, you're going to put your phone number, preferably put your cell phone number, put your email address there, and again I would say put your personal email address so that you can make sure that you've got access to that email if it so happens that they respond via email. So this is the standard postal address for the Department of Mineral Resources where you send your application to commence your EIT. So you can see that the letter heading is for the Mine Engineer Certificate of Competency, and this specific letter or example that I'm doing now is for the Mechanical Engineer. So if you're applying for the Electrical Engineer Certificate of Competency, we've included a separate letter which looks exactly the same as this. The only difference is the topics that you are evaluating on this summary sheet over here. So as a standard letter, to whom it may concern. And then here it's a whole story about why are we writing this letter. And basically what this first paragraph is saying is that because there is no approved body to evaluate my qualification, therefore I'm doing this self-evaluation to demonstrate to you that I have covered all the topics that you require in terms of my application to commence my engineering training. Right, so that paragraph 2, basically that's what it's saying. Now the first thing that you need to do is to list all your qualifications. In this first section over here, we are saying, okay, put your qualifications and any of the unit standards or modules that you've completed. So why are we saying qualification, unit standards and modules? I'll explain that in more details when we get to table 2. Now for the sake of just explaining table 1, what you're gonna do here, let's look at just qualifications. This ref here is to just say, okay, this is the first qualification, so it's ref 1, right? So where you're going to use this ref 1 is when you get to table 2, where you are linking the topic to a module or unit standard from your qualification, so it will be the qualification reference there, right? So in my case, I've done a bachelor's in mechanical engineering. Okay, and then this is from the University of Johannesburg, and year obtained, finished in 2010, but it was certified 2011. And then here the type, so you'll see here table 1 notes. So you see there's table 1 notes there. So on this 3, you see there I'm talking about the types. So what type of qualification is it? So you'll see that the types that I've listed there is PhD, master's degree, BTech, diploma, and diploma module, or it was just a unit standard. Now, so the type there for this one is a degree, right? So since it's a degree, then I'm just going to write the degree. So this was a degree with honors, so it was an NQF level 8 qualification. And now I'm going to explain why we've got this unit standard and modules over there. For the guys who've got like a BTech, national diploma, or N diplomas, so this is the N6 guys, what normally happens is some of the topics here are not included with the BTech or diploma or the national N diploma. So what normally happens is you end up doing additional modules or unit standards in order to supplement the topics that are not covered by your qualification. So if that's the case, let's say you did like a national diploma and you did other modules or unit standards in order to supplement your subjects so that you can meet the topic requirements, then what you'll do here is you'll go to your layout, and then you're going to insert below, and then you'll be 2, and then whatever module that you've done. So for example, let's say you did strength of materials, and then you did it maybe again at UJ. You did it at UJ, and argument's sake, you did it in 2018. And what you write here under type will be a module, and then maybe this here, maybe we did strength of material on 6 as a module, and I think it's like NQF level 5. So guys, this line here is just an example to show you how to deal with the additional either unit standards or modules that you do. So in most cases, the guys with bachelor's degree, they don't necessarily have to do any additional unit standards and modules because their bachelor's degree qualification usually covers all the topics that are required. Table 1 is done. You put in your qualifications over there, and then we go into table 2 where you're going to complete your self-evaluation. Now in the self-evaluation, we've listed all the topics that the Department of Mineral wants your qualification to cover. So these are the topics when you are applying for the mechanical engineer certificate of competency in Mines Works. So what you're gonna do from here is you're gonna take your statement of results and you're gonna look for modules or unit standards that you've done that correspond with this topic. And then from there, remember this ref will correlate to the list of actual qualifications that you've done there. Now in my case, I only have one qualification that I've listed, and from this one qualification that I've listed, I've referenced it as 1, and I'm just going to put it as 1 there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my modules that I've completed with my qualification side by side with this. What's important to note now is for the guys with the bachelor's in engineering, the pass mark is already at 50% at university. Well, at least when I was doing it, it was 50%. Whereas with the guys on national diploma or N modules, you find that the pass mark is 40%. Now that becomes very important because the module that you are going to put here, in the case that you are a national diploma or N diploma applicant, you need to make sure that the module that you put there, you got 50%. So what I would do maybe is here on the unit standard or module, I can add maybe another column to put the marks, but I think, yeah, so it's just maybe something that you can do. in order to make sure that you are covered properly. So here's what I'm saying: the guys with N diploma, you will add a column over there, and then you're gonna say, maybe put percentage, and then you will say what's the percentage you got for that module. So this becomes important, especially for the guys who did like the national diploma or N diplomas. So those are the N1 to N6 guys. All right, so as you can see, I've put side by side the actual modules from this qualification, which is the Bachelor's in Mechanical Engineering from UJ, and it's a 2011 qualification. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to this topic. It's electricity, magnetism, optics, atomic and nuclear physics. So I'm gonna go this side and try to find a module or unit standard that corresponds to that. As you can see, that module over there, which is FKA 1B01, is electricity, mechanism, so it's that module over there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna write FKA 1B. All right, and you can see it's literally everything as it is, and then the ref is qualification 1. Okay, so far we've got this one. Then the next one is engineering graphics. So engineering graphics, you can see there I've got graphical communication 1A, graphical communication 1B, and that will be the engineering graphics. So what we will do is we'll just add the 1A1, which is GKM 1A11, which is graphical communication. All right, maybe for completeness sake we can just add the GKM 1B21, which is also, so this, I'm just gonna say it's 1A, and then I'm just gonna put that graphical communication, and then I'm gonna call that 1B, and then that's reference 1. So the next one is material science. So we're just gonna look for material science from modules. So material science, I think we did it second year. There we go. So there's material science there, just second year subject. So if I remember, we did material science second year and third year. So in this case, I'm just gonna write, so it's MTK 2B21, and then it's science of material, science of materials to B. Right, and that's coming from my qualification 1. The next one is electrotechniques, and you will see that we did electrotechniques in first year. There it is over there, electrotechniques 1B, and if I'm not mistaken we did it again in second year, but for this exercise I'm just gonna put the one that we did in first year, electrotechniques 1B, and there I put 1. And then for strength of material, we did it in second year, which is in second year, and there's strength of materials over there, and SL, so it's this one over there, SLR 2B21, and that was strength of materials to B, and that's coming from my qualification 1. So the next one is engineering materials. So this one is a bit tricky because if you look at it, we did strength of materials 2B in second year, and we did strength of materials in third year, which is that one over there, and we did strength of materials in fourth year, which is that one over there. What this means is I'm just gonna put the strength of materials 3 as that engineering materials. So where's that strength of materials 2B, and I'm gonna just try to find my strength of materials 3B, which is that one over there, which is SLR 3B 21, and I'm gonna call it strength of materials 3B, and that's coming from qualification 1. Now when it comes to thermodynamics, we did it in second year. Alright, so if I go to my second year modules, I will find thermodynamics over there. So it's TRD 2B 21, and that's thermodynamics 2B, and that's coming from my qualification 1. So when it comes to dynamics, we did it in first year. Their introduction to dynamics, did it in first year, and that's TWK 1B 10, and that's intro. Let's just say intro to dynamics. And then there's just one numerical analysis. I did that in second year. There is it over there, introduction to numerical analysis. So we're just gonna go there and say APM 2B 10, and that's intro to numerical analysis. Okay, then the next one is engineering analysis. All right, so when it comes to engineering analysis, I'm just gonna use this introduction to engineering design modules. So that is IIN 1A 11. So that was intro to engineering design, and that's 1. And the reason for that is this module here, which is that intro to engineering design 1A and 1B, the main focus of these two modules was to give you the tools or the mentality to do engineering analysis. It just makes sense that it covers this topic, engineering analysis. And there is another module that I may consider here, which we did in second year, which was called engineering design. If I can find it there, this module over there, which is design mechanical. Then I'm just going to add that as a supplementary one in case they say that they're not happy with the first year topic. So I'm just going to call it design mechanical, and that's 2B. And again, the reason for this is because under this module right here, it was all about engineering analysis. So I'm just going to put that one there. And then professional practice. So professional practice is literally the practice, the one that we did in third year, which is practice in engineering. If I can find it. Okay, there. So this one, the professional practice, is literally this topic over here, which is practical work 3A. So if I remember this module, we had to work at an actual company doing actual engineering work, and then we come back and do a report. So for the guys who are national diploma, this could then be your P1 and P2, and then you could just add your P1 and P2 training over here, and that should cover this professional practice. And if you're in diploma guys, then your trade test then should then cover this professional practice. In fluid dynamics, so for fluid dynamics, we did it in second year and third year. So I'm just gonna put the second year module, fluid dynamics. There it is, fluid mechanics. So sorry, not fluid dynamics, fluid mechanics. We did it in second year, and it's that module over fluid mechanics there. So it's STR2A11, STR2A11, and that's fluid mechanics. And it's coming from my one qualification. Now, strength of material is repeating here. So if you remember, we already covered strength of material over there. So I'm not sure whether the rules from DMR, this was a mistake, but as you can see, that's repeating. Mechanical design is something that's sort of repeating because we covered that over there under the engineering analysis. And then structural analysis again is something that is sort of repeating because we did structural analysis under strength of materials. So again, it's something that sort of seems redundant. Now let's populate these. So I'm not going to delete the strength of materials because it's a repetition. What I'm going to do instead, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to put strength of materials second year there, and then I'm going to put strength of material third year over here. So if you check, so there is the strength of materials second year, and there is strength of materials third year. So I'm just going to put strength of materials third year here, which is SLR 3B21, and it's strength of materials. Yeah, so this is now for the guys who are in courses. What you will do is you will put the first I think you do strength N4 if I'm not mistaken, and then you'll put your strength N4 there and put your strength N6 there. Right, so mechanical design, we did it over here, right, under this engineering analysis. It was a second year module. I do have another mechanical design at third year, which is that module over there. So I'm just going to put that third year one, WMBA11, and it was design M3A. Okay, and then that's my first one. Then structural analysis. So what I'm going to correct here is, you see this engineering of materials, I said strength 3, so I'm just going to change that and put strength 3 under the structural analysis there, because we did structural analysis under strength. So I'm going to change, you see this strength 3 over, sorry, this engineering materials, I'm just going to put the material science there, the science of materials third year. So if I go to my third year, there is science of material third year. So that will be MTK 3A11, and it's material science. Right, so that's that one over there, and it's 3A. Material science 3A, which is that one over there. Cool. Now let's go on to the next one, which is machine design. I'm assuming this is theory of machines, and if I just check on their list, there's nowhere where they've got theory of machines. So this is a theory of machines, and I did theory of machines in third year, which is that one over there. It's MKE 3B, MKE 3B21, and that's theory of machines. Theory of machines 3B. Alright, so it's one. And you can see, so this machine design is just theory of machines. Alright, so for thermal machines, you'll see in fourth year we did thermal machines. There it is over there, thermal machines for A. So I'm just gonna put thermal machines over there, which is now TRM. Thermal machines is TRM 4A11, TRM 4A11. So that's thermal machines for A. Sorry, the thermal machines for A. Alright, so you can see there's also thermal machines for B. I think for the purpose of what we're doing here, the 1 thermal machines will be enough. And then we've got heat transfer there, and there's heat transfer over there, also a 4th year subject, which is now WAO4A11, and it's heat transfer for a fluid machines. So remember, there was fluid mechanics over there, which I used the 2nd year subject. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna add fluid dynamics. Alright, so under fluid dynamics, I'm gonna put it there, and that's STR3A11, and that's fluid dynamics 3A, and that's the one over there. Right, so the next one is systems engineering. So this is more like controls and so forth. So in 3rd year we did control systems, which is similar or same. So there's control systems over there. If I'm not mistaken, we did control systems 3A. Okay, I only find this one over there, so we're just gonna use that control systems there for this one. So it's TKN 3B21, and that's control systems, and that's from my qualification 1, and that's 3B. Now, air conditioning and refrigeration, we covered it under thermodynamics. We did thermodynamics in 2nd year. There is thermodynamics 2nd year, which is TRD 2B21, and that's thermodynamics 2B. And then we're looking at manufacturing technology. So we did advanced manufacturing. There's advanced manufacturing over there, and there's manufacturing methods over there. So I'm just gonna use this one for 3rd year, which is manufacturing methods, which is VDE 3A11, and it's manufacturing methods 3A, and thermal fluid system design. So thermal fluid system design, that was also covered in thermodynamics, but I think there's a much better one. So thermal systems, we did thermal systems over there. I think let's just use that one, thermal systems in 4th year. Thermal systems, you will remember that we had thermal machines, or we used thermal machines, yeah. So thermal systems 4th year, there it is over there, thermal systems. So we're just gonna use thermal systems for this one, TML 4B21, and that's thermal systems. All right, now machine dynamics. So machine dynamics, this one here is basically a combination of what we already covered here under dynamics, which is this one, intro to dynamics. We also did it under the theory of machines, which is something that we've already did over there. So machine dynamics, we'll put it there. And I think here under machine design, just to supplement that, we're just going to put that again, because under this design mechanical we also did machine design. But you can see this and this is literally the same thing, mechanical design, machine design, very, very similar or same. Right, nuclear engineering. Now for nuclear engineering, we did not do a standalone module for nuclear engineering. However, we did touch on it over here. If you look at that first year topic, where there was the introduction to that nuclear physics, which then covers that part over there, and then I'm just going to do that. So when it comes to engineering management, there is management principles and practice. So that's EBP 3B21, and that's management principles and practice 3B, and that's under that qualification over there. As you can see, if you've got a bachelor's in mechanical engineering from UJ, you can easily cover all the topics over there. Now the next thing that we're gonna do, because now in this case it's just the qualification and there's no additional modules, I'm gonna delete that, and then I'm just gonna make that black. Right, so as you can see, qualifications are sufficiently covered what is required, and then I trust that it will be accepted. And then the other thing that I want to change is this part over there. I didn't have to do any additional modules, so I'm just going to change that. It's covered, it's just one qualification, and yeah, so then from there it's just going to be a matter of editing that part, and from there everything is done. Then just put in name and surname, the cell phone number, email address, print this out, sign it, and it's done. So if you get to a situation where your qualification does not cover all the topics sufficiently, so what you'll do is you can then contact an educational advisor. You can either go to UNISA or go to VUT or whatever the case may be, and they will advise which modules or unit standards you can complete in order to meet the topic deficiencies that you have. So you'll notice that in certain instances a specific topic will be covered under a broader module, and what you'll do then from there is you just write the broader module. So for example, you remember the case with the nuclear engineering, which is covered as a topic under that module over there, and you will see that in other instances there's repetition in terms of the modules that actually cover the specific topic required by the DMR. So for example, structural analysis is covered under strength of material 3B, so there's no separate module that was done called structural analysis under my qualification. So using strength of material 3B then covers this topic called structural analysis. Make sure that you attach your statement of result with a stamp from your institution, and yeah, you are done. So when it comes to guys with national diploma or N courses, then you will literally do the same exercise and then try to match whatever modules that you've done with the topics that are provided on the left over here. Good luck.